Hi collectors, thanks for watching. I'm the collector of coins. I have my son with me today, and he's going to be ranking US coin designs. Stay tuned. So we have a tier list of US coin designs, and these are coins that were minted for general circulation in the United States. We are omitting the US state quarters and the parks quarters just because there's so many of them and they're modern. We're going to stick with the traditional coin designs. You're probably familiar with some of these. Now, we are also only including the major design if that design was used on multiple coins like 10 cents, quarters, and half dollars. That way we just focus on the main design itself. And speaking of designs, I hope that you'll check out the shop. We have some of my favorite designs here. This is a reverse of a Mercury dime. My son is wearing the reverse of a Morgan dollar. Let's see where he ranks both of these. So now we're moving to a little more modern coinage. We're going to the Lincoln cent and specifically the wheat reverse. We're not featuring variations of the memorial or the shield that is now in place. This is the original reverse. How would you rank the original reverse of the Lincoln cent?
I understand what I'm giving is subjective, but still, I struggle a lot. It doesn't even feel like there's a design. I would D tier. I know it just words. It feels weird to say that, but it feels wordy.
Since we're at the cents, let's look at the design that was prior to the Lincoln cent, which was the Indian head cent. How would you rank this design?
I think that's another B tier. Good design. I like the spacing. I feel like it's a design that offers itself to a lot of great opportunities for detail.
All right, so we're going to move back to dollar coinage. This one is not a very common design. I don't think a lot of people are familiar with the trade dollar.
Oh.
Where would you rank the trade dollar design?
I've not seen this one too often. Huh. I think it's going to be alongside the another one that was a bit similar in pose. I'm going to put this in A tier. There's something about it. It feels super unique. I think there's a novelty in that. I think it's cool. I think we're moving back to nickels now, and we're looking at the reverse of the shield nickel. How would you rank this one? It's so weird how changing the Roman numeral V to a 5, how much different that can be. But it almost looks like a token, which feels weird for currency.
Yeah, this one was minted before the V nickel. Where would you rank this one?
I think F tier. I'm not a big fan of that at all.
All right. All right, let's move on to our large cent designs. And so this is the reverse of a large cent. This would be the last design used on our large cents. This is specifically the reverse of a braided hair cent. How would you rank this design?
C tier. There's not really a lot of thought behind that C tier other than it doesn't jump out to me too much. It feels below average, mediocre. We're going to go back to nickels, a little more modern nickel this time, and very iconic, the reverse of the buffalo nickel. You said it perfectly yourself. It's iconic. You can't beat that. Even nowadays, whenever I come across in my change a buffalo nickel, I get happy. And that's because it looks great and it's unique. S tier. You don't see that a lot. All right. Yeah, I agree. I think it's just a really popular design. It's also why I put a version of it on a t-shirt. Hey, if you want one of my coin mats, there's a link down below in the description where you can get one. All right, so we're going back to the trade dollar, and this time the reverse of the trade dollar, a little bit different than what you've seen before. Where would you rank this design? Not a big fan of it. I don't like the perspective it's offering. It feels like, oh, I'm looking at the back of the eagle, but there's some things that make it seem like I'm looking at the front as well. I think C tier. I don't hate it, but there's some things where I think below average. Move to nickels again. This nickel came before the buffalo nickel. This time we're looking at the obverse of the V nickel or Liberty nickel. How would you rate this design? I think it's another C tier. It feels very average. You know, the opportunity for nice detailing, but not much else beyond a head and stars. Yeah, pretty much. All right, so we're going back to the cents, and this time
we're going to be looking at the reverse of the Flying Eagle 1 cent piece. Thoughts on that one?
I think it's another one that's mediocre. It doesn't go to the extent of play money, but it does feel like you're approaching it just with, frankly, how big the lettering is. The center of the design is not so C tier.
Okay. All right. So now we're going to move to a dollar coin again, this time a little more modern, the Eisenhower dollar. What do you think, and how would you rank the Ike dollar reverse?
That eagle's on the moon. I think that's awesome. I think this is a very easy A tier.
It's very interesting because around that time, this is our big push to the moon. So you have an eagle landing on the moon with the Earth in the background. All right, let's move back to gold coinage. Double eagle again. This is a very popular design. This is the St. Gaudens double eagle $20 gold piece obverse design. How would you rank this one?
Just like how I liked how they did the design and detailing of other fabrics on the coin obverses, this one blows it out of the water. Really has a strong design, very memorable, very intricate, but also very recognizable. S tier for me. I absolutely love.
Yeah, definitely a very popular design. All right, so we're going back to large cents, and I believe, yes, we're looking at the coronet large cent. Good image of it. Where would you rank this design?
Oh, there's something about the face that's a little off for me. It doesn't look very realistic. Not a metric I've used to rank the other ones, but for this one, I feel like it matters. D tier.
All right. Dear, what were they thinking? All right, let's go back to, let's see, half dollars. The Walking Liberty half dollar. This time we're going to look at the obverse. How would you rank this one?
I think it does a lot of good stuff that I've complimented other coins on. One thing that I'm not a big fan of is the design overshadowing and coming in front of the outer words. I think the design is fantastic and really nice looking, intricate, but I think it will go in A tier for me.
All right, we're going back to gold coinage, going back to $10 gold coins. This is the obverse of the Indian design, the $10 gold Indian design. How would you rank this one?
I think it's interesting. Not a coin I've seen a lot of, so this is sort of my first gut reaction of this. Detailing looks nice, which is from what I've seen for the other gold coins to be expected. A lot of nice detailing. I think the off-putting thing for me is it's so busy and it's so detailed on one side of it and completely bare on the other side. It gives a weird weight. I would put this in C tier.
All right. All right, going back to our quarter designs, sticking with what we saw before, Washington quarter. Again, this is the original design. We're not looking at the state quarters or Parks quarters. How would you rank the original Washington quarter reverse design?
I'm a big fan of the state quarters and the park quarters. Honestly, the standard quarter design, I absolutely love it. I would put this in A tier. It's fantastic. I really have no words to complain about it.
What's interesting is, I think with very rare exceptions, you're ranking the obverse and reverses in different rankings of the coin. It might be interesting to sort of come up with our own design using the best of the best.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, let's go back to dollar coinage. And this one is a more modern dollar coin. Not a very popular coin, but let's take a look at the design on the Susan B. Anthony dollar. This is the obverse. How would you rank this design?
I understand why why it might not be a popular coin, and like I've said many times, not a fan of just the solid profile, but there are some steps to not just make it a full flat image. I put this in B tier. I think it looks better than I would think of other coins.
Better than average. All right, let's go back to the cents, and this time we're going to look at the reverse of an Indian cent. Tell me where you would rank this design.
B tier. No, C tier.
C tier.
Yeah.
And any reason why?
Words.
Just a plain design?
Yeah, I want to give more, but there's not much to say about 1 cent in a wreath other than I've seen other coins have that same iconography and do it better. But the detailing is a bit nice.
All right. All right, so we're sticking with cents, and we're going to go back to large cents. This is a different obverse design. This is a braided hair cent obverse design. How would you rank this one?
I really like the detailing. B tier. I think this is a better than average coin, especially a better than average obverse.
All right, so we're going to go back to half dollars, some of our early half dollar designs here. We're going to look at the capped bust half dollar. I'm going to specifically call up the reeded edge version. It's the same design. Where would you rank this design?
There's something about this I don't like. I feel like there is nice detailing on the actual head itself, but the coin feels naked otherwise. I would put this in D tier.
D?
Yes.
Okay. What were they thinking? Based on that, I'm wondering where we would rank this classic head half cent design. This is the obverse.
The head is strange, but there's something with how they have done these stars on the side that fills in extra space. I would say elevates it. I put it in C tier.
Okay, less than average. All right, let's go back to nickels, and we're going back to the Buffalo nickel, this time the obverse with the Native American. Where would you rank this design?
I would put this in B tier. The design and detailing is very nice, gives a unique feel. And contrary to a lot of what other statements I've given, I like the date on the actual design itself. It makes it's interesting.
All right, so we put it in better than average. All right, so we're going to move back to gold coinage now, going back to the $3 gold piece. This time we're going to look at the obverse. This is known as the Indian Princess design. Where would you rank this one?
For a gold coin, I'm a little disappointed. I would put this in D tier as well. It feels like they could do so much more.